Hello everybody, welcome to episode number 9 of the Science of Intentional Creation with our guest and friend, Zazoo. Zazoo, welcome.
Thank you, my friend. I am very happy to be here and talk with you all and answer a question of a new friend of mine.
Very good. Well, why don't we start with that question then?
All right. No more introductions for you?
No, I think by now they know the routine.
I don't know. You should
right.
always say who you are.
Well, my name's Christopher.
More than that.
All right.
I am Zazoo. I am not of your earth system, which I call experiential life system, because you go around experiencing things all day, but that was in a past episode, or perhaps we can revisit it in a future one. I am here because I enjoy conversing, talking with my friend and the friends who write to me, because you see, where I come from, energy does not come into the form of form. So we do not have thoughts and we do not have conversations. Those things belong to your experiential life system. If I did, I too would be coming from an experiential life system, and I am not. So it is great fun to come and have my energy come into thoughts. We have something similar but not the same, and have conversations. So I greatly enjoy coming, making new friends, speaking with my friends, and having conversations about things that interest you all, which is always really about being who it is that you are. And that is what it means to introduce yourself.
That sounds great.
Now you do the same.
My name's Christopher, and I've been doing this work ever since I was about 17 years old.
Not with me, of course.
Not with Zazoo. However, Zazoo came to us, it's been probably a year and a half or so now, when we were still living in Santa Fe. And he used to come to me...
And scare some of his friends.
Yes. He was very strong, very forthright.
Still am.
And he used to call himself Sassy.
Still do.
And he started showing up usually late in the evening when I was talking to Kaylin, and I enjoyed his conversations very much. And one night I asked him, I said, would you like to share your wisdom, because it's such valuable wisdom, and we appreciate that looking from the outside in as you do, you have a very unique yet powerful perspective on the human condition.
And within that, I want my friends to know all I ever really talk about is intent, because that is what I am. And I enjoy coming and speaking to you about making your life more intentful. You call it the science of deliberate creation. I call it the science of deliberate experimentation, because it's all about what you want to experience. And I like telling my friends that when you are who you are and you are intentional, all that is within your reach. And that is very significant, especially, well, for my friends listening, because you want your life to be what you want it to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, I asked him if he would share his wisdom with the world, so to speak, and he agreed, and here we are. We started doing these podcasts, and we're at number 9 right now. And it's been a real pleasure and a joy working with Zazoo, and also had a major shift on both my life and, if I can speak for Kaylin, her life as well. And we want to share that with you. And that being said, we have a good question, and by the way, we encourage any questions you can...
Yes, I like my friends who write and ask questions.
If you'd like to ask a question, probably the best way, we do send out emails, but you can also go and you can respond to those emails, but you can also go to Zazoo's website, which is Zazoo, Z-A-Z-O-O, ZazooWisdom.com, and there's a contact form there you can use. And if you sign up for the emails, you'll get notices of the new podcasts that come out and a lot of other great information from Zazoo, and you can always respond to that email with your question as well.
Now, I'm going to interrupt you as I have never done before. I say, my friends, if you are watching this, celebrate today. Celebrate something about your life. Miss Kaylin, she likes to do this is a very wise thing. Why? Because I didn't say have a party, I said celebrate. When you celebrate, you are intentional. You say to the universe, I am celebrating such thing because for such reason. What does that do? That activates the law of self, which is the law in which you are saying what you are, and you are something worthy of celebrating, and then the law of attraction comes along and says, as you wish, and it brings back more reason for you to celebrate. Do you see that good trick, how well that uses the laws and brings you back more of what it is that you prefer? Given that, now we can go to the question.
Well, I heartily agree, and I just want to say that Kaylin and I have been using the tool of celebration, but tool sounds very cold, but the other great thing about it is that particularly if you can do it with a group of people and have a celebration together, the energy raises, everybody in the group raises, you raise your own energy, and as Zazoo said, when you do it with a purpose, with an intent, you activate that energy, and voila, that following week or a few days after, everything changes. So it's always a good idea to celebrate. And you can always find things to celebrate in your life.
And if you can't, you need to be more creative and find an excuse to celebrate. They do it every week. It's very wise.
Even our 9-year-old daughter, she started celebrating when she was probably 5 or 6 years old. We'd go around the dinner table and we'd each share something that we want to celebrate and clink our glasses together and celebrate. As simple as that. And it's a really nice thing to do. All right, for the question?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, Kaylin and Christopher and Zazoo. I've just watched and listened to Zazoo talking about how we attract to us creations that reflect what we have our minds on. This is from Elaine. I have heard so many things about the law of attraction and about us manifesting our realities, but I have a question. How big a part do our subconscious beliefs play in our creating our realities? And if they play a large part, can you give us some guidance or methods of how we can effectively change these beliefs? Of course, discovering our subconscious beliefs would be the first part of changing them, but how can we go about changing a belief that isn't advantageous anymore? I hope you find my questions interesting enough to address them. I'm looking forward to your answers and hearing and following your guidance. Thank you.
Hello, my friend, my new friend, Elaine. First, I want to tell you that you are what you say you are, and so what occurs is everything that you say, everything that you have thought, especially things that you have thought more frequently, that you have more thought around, they are what you are telling the universe that you are. Now, when you have a thought that goes unresolved, well, my friends here will tell you that becomes unresolved energy. It becomes static energy. And there are not really many places in the universe where this occurs. But here in your experiential life system, it does. It does that so that you can see that energy. Law of attraction comes along and shows you that energy so that you can change it. So I hope that makes some sense for you. That there is your subconscious thought. Now, yes, my friend, you are not aware necessarily right now of that thought. It has gone subconscious. Does law of attraction use it? Only when it's active. Or yes. What occurs is, let's say you want a relationship, but you have an unresolved thought that relationships don't work out, that you always get hurt in them. That's subconscious, and you are consciously walking around saying that you would like a relationship. But the difficulty is that when you say it, when you think it, when you feel it, there's a little part of you that tugs upon that other unresolved thought that says, but It says, but. You say consciously, I want to attract a relationship. But then the subconscious comes in and says, but there was that hurt, I want to avoid it. It is an unresolved topic within you, and therein lies the difficulty. You are not being who you are. You are not intentional, although I understand that you mean to be, my friend. And so, you need to go about it in one of a couple of different ways. You can change, fix the light, it's all right. One way to go about it is to become far more intentional, my friend, because when you become far more intentional, what occurs is you begin to out-vibrate that unresolved energy, the unresolved belief in you. When you bring forward the intentionality of who you are, and you really bring it forward, called blueprinting. That's what I call blueprinting. You walk around thinking, saying, feeling, energizing this place of, I am a lover. I am meant to be in relationship. I'm going to have a wonderful relationship. The thing that I like most about relationship is sharing my heart, sharing my ideas. That's a good one because that's what I like to do. And you go around saying things like this, my friend, and what occurs is you become far more intentional. You cannot say things that you are not intending. If you have to build your way up to an intent, that is fine. Your intent can simply start as, I have some hesitation, but I'm improving it. Today I'm working toward improving it. Today I am putting a little more intentionality into who I know that I am, even though I'm not experiencing it yet. You build yourself up. You must build yourself up. That is what it means to be in your life, in the experiential life system, in which that you say you are, you will experience. That which you say you are, the law of attraction, the law of self, says to the universe, this is what I am. The universe says, this is what you are. Law of attraction says, I'll bring you that energy so that you can see it, so that you can experience it. So you must out-intention your unresolved beliefs. There are other ways, and I'm going to let my friend tell you about his system for resolving those beliefs.
One system that Kayla and I have been using that we developed along with some of our unseen friends several years ago is a system we call the golden flow system. And basically what it is, it's a very easy and simple way of decharging the emotional charges that those beliefs cause. And as Zazoo said, they only cause problems really when they're activated. And by flowing those beliefs and taking the emotional charges out of them, you deactivate them and you get into the state of what we call flow. And it's a simple process. There's more on our website, golden-flow-system.com. But basically, the technique is to completely open to whatever that belief may be, that charge, and that one way to find them, of course, is through those emotional charges, that resistance that comes up, that little inside. Open to that, allow it, fully embrace it, and then just intend to let it go. Gently intend to let it go. And that's a simplified version of the golden flow. But anytime you feel a little bit of an emotional charge, or when you, often when we desire something, it's, I want a relationship, and you feel that pulling, at the same time you're going to feel that little tugging, you're not good enough, no, they've always hurt you in the past, whatever happens to be, you know you have a subconscious belief that you need to flow.
We have spoken in another episode about the fact that some of my friends walk into a room apologetically. Before they really walk into the room, their heads down, their energy is looking down. They are already uncomfortable. They are already perhaps not feeling up to par. And I say to you, if you want the universe and life to acknowledge you, to honor you, to bring you your desires, the law of attraction says Well, you have to do it first. You have to do it yourself. You have to have it within yourself. When you are talking about beliefs, when you are talking about something greater than beliefs, your intention and what it is that you are wanting to experience or create, what you call create, I call experience in your life, you must walk into rooms, walk into your life unapologetically. You must walk in being who you are. You must walk in expressing who you are, my friends. And that means you walk in with your energy aware, present. You walk in being, saying what you are experiencing. And that, my friends, makes quite a difference. It's very significant, because then the universe comes along and acknowledges that. So, I understand you do not want those limiting beliefs bothering you. It's true. But you will also find it far more empowering to look at your intent today, to look at whether or not you are being intentional today, because if you are not being intentional today, then you might be subconsciously increasing those subconscious beliefs, even though you're sitting there asking for a relationship. But as you're asking for the relationship, and a part of you saying, but I was hurt, you are also putting more intention into that subconscious piece, that limiting belief. Become more aware, become more present, become more aware with your intention here, now, today. What it is that you desire, my friend, is who you are meant to be. Believe it or not. Go beyond beliefs, my friends. Beliefs can be very limiting indeed. They only belong to your experiential life system. They do not belong where I come from. There, where I come from, it's really intentional. It's really flow. It's all energy. Now, that's not your system. You are in a system of form. But I'm giving you a shortcut. Go to your intent. Don't go to necessarily what you do or don't believe, to your limiting belief. Pull yourself above it, which is what my friend's system does as well. But you want to pull yourself above it into your intent. Tell the universe who you are, what you are going to experience next. That is a more direct way of saying what you indirectly usually say. Tell the universe what you want and it will bring it. Well, that doesn't work. Tell the universe who you are and what you will experience next. And build that up. Build up your intent, my friend. And then you will find yourself far more empowered and far more in touch with the energies you prefer and the experiences, because that's what's about for you. Are we out of time?
Yes, we are.
Until next time.
Until next time.
friends.
And I really highly suggest find something to celebrate today
Yes.
and make that a habit, a routine.
We don't quite have celebrations. It is a unique gift that many of you take for granted because you don't understand the depth of the energetic impact or the fact that it is unique to the experiential life system.
Not only is it a very, very powerful thing to do, but it can be a lot of fun.
Intend great fun, my friends.
So until next time, thank you, Zazoo.
Of course, it is always great visiting with you, my friend.
And don't forget...
Perhaps I'll talk with you later.
That sounds good to me. Don't forget to send your questions, and we'll talk to you next week.